Mom, you should really check out this video that I saw the other day in class. It is called Stagecoach. Okay, it's considered a very, very classic American Western movie. I know you love Western movies. You talk about all day how you sit at home watching Daniel Boone and all sorts of stuff, but you should probably watch this one. It's a John Wayne classic. I think it was his 80th film at that time when he did it. It was it's called Stagecoach. Came out in 1939. It was directed by John Ford. It's pretty much about a group of people going from one point to another. The destination was Leesburg. Was the destination they're going to. I don't know what state or whatever, but it was Leesburg. And along the way, they're supposedly battling the Apaches because Geronimo is out to get some blood. So along their journey, they encounter some problems and kind of learn about one another and learn about themselves along the way. But it's pretty much just like a classic folksy Western. They have the drunk, the doctor, who is the drunk, the outlaw played by John Wayne. I believe his character's name is Ringo the Kid. They have the high society woman, and they also have the gambler and the driver. You know, a couple comedic relief parts in there from the driver, and then they also have a marshal who escorts the driver during the trip and everything. And it's a pretty interesting film. I really enjoyed some of the cinematography pieces they had in there, some of the things that they were doing, the tricks they were doing. They had steady camera footage while they were riding horses, so I was kind of confused, like, how the heck are they doing this, keeping the camera so steady with horses? Come find out, they had a flatbed pickup truck that they were sitting on, recording these things. John Ford is often praised as, one of the greatest directors there is that has lived. Orson Welles praises him daily. I think there was a quote he said, top 4 directors was John Ford, and John Ford. He also said he watched Stagecoach like 40 times before he even did his movie. I can't remember what his movie was called. It was a classic too, though. But fun fact, they actually filmed Stagecoach in Monument Valley on the border between Utah and Arizona or whatever. Another fun fact, that is where they film most Western movies at. To this day, Quentin Tarantino filmed I think it was like Django, The Hateful Eight, and I think he had a third one that he did, but he filmed them there. They filmed most of their westerns at Monument Valley just because of the scenery and stuff, and plus it was flat plains and everything, so that was pretty cool. They also filmed it on set. You can tell if you look hard enough where they filmed on set, and I think that was at the RKO. I think it was called like the Encino Ranch is where they filmed it at. Like I said, it was pretty cool how they did some of these things, giving the era that the movie came out. 1939. I mean, yeah, compared to before then, technology came a long way, but compared to now, you're like, man, how did they pull some of these things off? I had did some more research on the actual movie and stuff, and found out that they had a shaman they talked to called Hostin So, who told them, or I guess you could say told them what clouds to expect on certain days of filming and stuff or whatever, because they wanted a certain look, and it happened. So if you believe in that type of stuff or whatever, then yeah. The biggest thing that I learned about that movie ultimately is the message is just, it's about Americans coming together to fight a common good, about a common enemy. The enemy being the Apaches. Another fun fact: the Apaches were actually played by Navajos. So yeah, there you go. But I do recommend the movie, especially for someone that likes westerns. For someone that didn't, like myself or everything, I really enjoyed it, and I think you too will enjoy it, Mom, if you just put down Daniel Boone for a little bit and then watch some John Wayne and John Ford. Another fun fact: John Wayne didn't do any of the other movies with John Ford after that. They had a good relationship or whatever, but he didn't want him in any other movies after that. Also, they heard that John Ford was pretty much a butt. They say he was abusive on set to his actors and stuff, insulting them often and everything. But I guess you can't confuse the art with the artist.